Hello everyone and welcome to part 9 of What If Drift was in Transformers Prime. So without further ado, let's get right to it. So we start this part off with Orion Pax, who tells the Autobots that he has decoded the 5 remaining Iacon coordinates. Ultra Magnus then says, alright, we must split into teams to recover all these relics swiftly. So here we actually get Ratchet and Bumblebee who move into the tunnels to secure the phase shifter. And honestly, all they really have to deal with is a squadron of Vehicons who are there to retrieve the phase shifter too. But Bumblebee, with the helping coordination of Ratchet, they managed to defeat the Vehicons and retrieve the phase shifter. So now we get to Ultra Magnus and Orion Pax, who move into the Arctic to retrieve the Apex armor. However, they do encounter someone. Nightbird is there. And seeing the two, she actually makes a run towards the facility holding the Apex armor. As to which Ultra Magnus orders the evacuation of the facility, and so Nightbird makes it into the facility and begins to try to thaw out the Apex armor. However, Ultra Magnus comes in shooting at her, and with synthetic energon still within him, he manages to dodge all of Nightbird's attacks, allowing Orion Pax enough time to grab the Apex armor. And so the two retreat with the Apex armor in their possession. And now we get to Wheeljack and RC, whom are going to retrieve the Resonance Blaster, to which Fracture is there, and he just dug out the Resonance Blaster. As to which the two then think of a plan. They will attack him from both angles and overwhelm him. And so RC and Wheeljack quickly enact a plan, going from both angles and shooting at him. And Fracture says, how cute, the little Autobots want to play. As to which Fracture pulls off the same move that Knockout did to RC and Bumblebee in canon after the Omega Key. And thus Fracture gets away. With RC smiling, we'll see you soon, Khan. And then Wheeljack says, why so happy? RC then shows off that she threw a tracker onto Fracture, revealing his current location. We now get to Drift and Bulkhead, who go to a volcano in search of the toxin, where they see Breakdown as he digs out a sort of container. Bulkhead's fists get itchy at the sight of his arch nemesis Breakdown, and Drift says, we shall defeat him. Come, let us apprehend him. So the two run in towards Breakdown, and Drift says, Breakdown, surrender that relic? And Bulkhead says, yeah, what he said. To which Breakdown looks at them and is about to attack. But then the three hear something. And lo and behold, Arachnid and the Insecticons show up. Arachnid? But RC and I terminated you. And Arachnid says, appearances could be deceiving, Drift. But this time, I'm not alone. As to which, we see the Insecticons arrive on the scene, and Arachnid orders them to attack. And Breakdown actually calls a temporary truce with the Autobots, and so he runs in at an Insecticon and hitting him. And Bulkhead does the same, with Drift taking his sword out and charging at Arachnid, but an Insecticon stands in his way. Hardshell. Drift says, in the glorious name of the Queen Arachnid, you shall die, traitor. Hardshell charges at him, and Drift begins to dodge his punches. Breakdown and Bulkhead begin getting overwhelmed. And Arachnid is like, yes, destroy them. Serve your queen. And as Drift is fighting Hardshell and Arachnid gives the command, he sees his eyes glow in like a certain way. Like it's a hive mind control type thing. And Drift begins to reason with Hardshell. Hardshell, you do not need to serve her. You could forge your own path. How I left Bludgeon. As to which Hardshell stops and thinks. Meanwhile, Breakdown stares at Arachnid. Well, we know the rules. Traitors gotta die. And he charges at Arachnid. As to which Arachnid looks at him unfazed as he runs at her. And a crew of Insecticons surround him. And Breakdown looks around as they all surround him. And Arachnid orders him to be torn apart. And the Insecticons mercilessly rip him to shreds, killing him. Bulkhead looks in shock and a little bit of fear as the Insecticons look at him and begin to charge at him. Meanwhile, Drift looks back to Hardshell after the death of Breakdown. You do not need to be a pot and be forced to kill. You can forge your own path. Save lives instead of destroying them. As to which Hardshell nods and turns and commands the Insecticons to seize on Bulkhead and destroy Arachnid. Arachnid is then like, what? Grr. But was prepared for a situation like this. She transforms to her helicopter mode, flies up high in the sky, and as the entire hive follow her up, she opens her hatch and something falls out of it down towards the hive. and the spark extractor activates mid-flight, killing the entire Insecticon hive for good. Hardshell watches enraged, so he grabs the toxin and throws it towards Arachnid's helicopter mode, which causes her to begin getting weakened and fall down into the volcano, dead for good. And the toxin also gone for good. And so the two look at Hardshell, and Drift says, "You did the right thing, Hardshell. Their deaths shall be honored, just like all of our fallen brethren." And Hardshell is like, "Wise words, Drift." And so Drift and Bulkhead take Hardshell back to Hangar E, where the Autobots are fairly shocked to see an Insecticon here, and especially joining their side. And here the Autobots are more willing on accepting ex-Decepticons, so they welcome Hardshell into their ranks, with Drift being his senior supervisor, so to say. And the Autobots begin to count all the relics that they have retrieved. And together they come up with the conclusion. With all these numbers and relics successfully falling under their hands, they decide that they must end this war once and for all. To which RC shows off the tracker, showing off Fracture's location. And so the Autobots mobilize and head off to face Bludgeon and the Decepticons. Meanwhile, on Bludgeon's ship, the Autobots are able to ground bridge in. They are quickly able to take out a squadron of Vehicons. But the alarms begin to ring, since the Autobots' ground bridge was still an unauthorized ground bridge. So they decide to split off into teams. Ultra Magnus will lead a good majority of the Autobots around the ship, defeating all the Vehicons, while Hardshell and Drift find Fracture, Nightbird, and Bludgeon and defeat them. And so they do. Bludgeon sees them on the camera. "So, they have come this early. I did not expect this. No matter, they shall all meet their swift ends." He then tells Fracture and Nightbird to ready the clones. Drift and Hardshell run through the ship, killing off Vehicon troopers. The two then enter the brig, where they see Bludgeon, Nightbird, and Fracture standing in the middle. "So, my student, I see you have come to finish me." And then Drift said, "If I must, but please, do not make me resort to that Bludgeon." "It looks like I might have to, my former student." And he yells, "Now." And 5 Drift clones jump out of the shadows, surrounding Drift and Hardshell. As to which Drift says, "What? How did you get these?" "Oh, my student, when you came to work under me, I took a sample of your energon just in case something happened. And thus, this was the perfect time to use it. As for the clones, you might never know." As to which he orders Fracture, Nightbird, and the clones to attack Hardshell and Drift. Fracture and Nightbird handle Hardshell, and Drift handles his clones. But even though there's 5 Drift clones, the main Drift has synthetic energon, which makes him stronger and faster. So even if the 5 Drift clones do attack him, he manages to dodge the attacks and, counter them, because they are him after all. As to which Drift begins to reason with his clones. "You do not need to serve Bludgeon. You are just like me. We discovered our more honorable path." As to which the clones stop and look at each other. And Bludgeon is like, "Gah, you fools, what are you doing?" As to which the Drift clones turn to look at him. And Drift is like, "Haha, I see. Looks like every Drift is a traitor." As to which the Drift clones stand behind Drift, and Drift says, "We are not the traitors. You are the traitor." As to which Bludgeon grins and attacks. But with this many Drifts, Bludgeon does not stand a chance. And all the Drifts begin to stab him from all angles. 2 stab him in the shoulder, and all 3 stab him in the legs and lower chest. And then Drift walks up to Bludgeon, and Bludgeon looks at him. "It seems you have outblasted me, my student. You've made me proud. Go on, kill me honorably." As to which Drift says, "Farewell, master." And then he stabs Bludgeon in the chest, killing him. The Autobots come running into the room, and they see the battle has ended. And the Autobots use Bludgeon's ship to return to Cybertron and restore their home planet. Meanwhile, Dreadwing wanders through a battlefield and sees something glowing in the ground. Dark Energon, which holds the power to revive the dead. He at last takes it with the opportunity to revive his lost brother, as to which he goes to his brother's gravesite and throws the Dark Energon into his chest. He looks happy to have his twin back, but he watches as his twin rises from the dead, and the familiar foe takes this opportunity to rise once again. And that's where I'm gonna leave it off here, everybody. Hopefully you guys enjoyed part 9, and I'll see you guys in the finale.